of an award-winning, Emmy-winning writer.
Multi-award winning.
Sorry, I read your Wikipedia last night, and then I read
I-
mine after, and
Yeah.
I was like, mine sucks. I have not done anything.
I won the
Let's just say who
Aztec
you
Valley
are.
Country Club golf championship.
Wait,
Junior championship.
You did?
That's not on my Wikipedia.
Wait, which country club?
Aztec Valley Country Club
Where's
in
that?
Western Connecticut.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Junior champion.
That's
not on my Wikipedia.
That's really great. My sons and my husband play golf. But I love you because you're so hilarious. Chris Frangiola actually introduced me to your amazing impressions that you easily can find on his Instagram. I'm sure YouTube or whatever, but the Instagram is the easiest, I think, to get the best, funniest stuff. And you kind of blew up recently, if we can use that term.
I think last year I had like 20,000 followers.
Uh-huh. And
Well,
now you're
more
like just
than
under
last year.
600,000, right?
Yeah, and it was Tom Segura showed, and he talked about it, and then Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast, and then Bill Burr started talking about it. Those three guys really blew it up.
Well, I'm going to introduce you to the females of the listening world because I can't get on any of those guys' shows either. And when I was on Bert Kreischer, I was so excited to be on it.
Yeah.
And we filmed that, and I really looked good. And I finally started to read some of the YouTube comments, and it was a lot of like, enough having all these clams on your show. I guess he'd had another girl that month. So sometimes these fans
Well, let's be honest.
don't like
two
to hear...
girls in a month is a lot. Well, you can't read comments. I don't read any comments because if I see one that's
because one was like a guy
slightly
wanted
not
to jizz
positive.
on my leg, so I was like, "This is amazing."
That's
I
a
still got
compliment.
it, total compliment. But then the other one was like, "This girl has a body, but she's way too old," that kind of
Wait a
stuff.
minute. Why did he pick your leg to jizz on?
Because I had shorts on. It was a hot day. And if you look at Bert Kreischer's YouTube, you're sitting in a chair and your legs are shown.
So that's okay. Well, that's
They weren't super tiny shorts. I just have kind
were
of
they
long
shiny?
legs.
A lot of women will make a shiny leg.
I
on
have
TV.
I have really good legs. I'm wearing flare jeans, but they're one of those things like every year summer comes and I put on my shorts and I'm like, fuck, Heather, you can still rock this shit. And I just thank God and I just rock it for another year until one day I can't. So this summer can still happen.
I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you what to do.
Okay, please
I'm about
tell
to
me.
tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Because there's so many millions of people in the world, and there's so many fetishes.
Yes.
If you just grab leg fetishes, you'll be multi-millionaire. Probably already, but you'll have more money. More
oh my
money.
God, you're right.
Just do the show's called Legs. You show your legs, and then
Only
that's your
do
thing.
just do a special Instagram Heather McDonald's legs or just legs?
Everything you do is legs.
But are they only my legs or can I tap into some other pairs?
Start with your legs.
Okay.
Get a lot of jizz comments, then bring other legs on. And then I would come on to shave. Like all men have to shave their legs. Look, you don't have to do
men have
this.
to shave their legs?
Everybody.
Or I have someone come in and they can shave my long leg.
That's better. See?
I don't know that my sons would enjoy that. But I'm willing to do anything.
Do you care
to
about
keep
money
my
or
son,
not? Do you want him to go to private schools or not?
They were in private schools. One is still in private school. My daughter went to private school. My son wanted to go to Calabasas, and he is a golfer.
Isn't that
so? It's public.
great for you that he wants to go to a public school? Isn't that free?
Yes, it was I'm very happy. Every day I say, don't vape, don't get shot. Hope to see you at 3. And I just pray to God, and so far so good. He's not vaping, and he's still alive. And he
I have
hasn't
a lot of
gotten in
questions for
trouble.
you for some reason.
But he's a golfer, okay? So I have to
Is
keep...
he a champion like me?
Yes, he's won the country club thing for his age group. And so I have created a lifestyle that my 2 sons and husbands have become accustomed to. So there's a level of income I have to bring in.
Isn't that bull crap? I don't want to swear. I wanted to say bullshit, but I didn't.
It's fine.
Where-
We can use bad language here.
Okay,
Yeah.
in a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
not that you're getting divorced, God forbid, knock on wood, but isn't it bullshit that your husband, he probably makes money too, but I'm just saying, if he didn't, let's say he was a surfer.
Right. Well, now we have a business together, so yes. And we've been married so long, it would have to be cut down the middle. Okay?
Hypothetically, though,
Yes.
he was a surfer, which
Yes.
does happen,
Yes.
and you'd have to give him half of your shit. Doesn't that feel wrong? For the rest of your life, he would say, my lifestyle, I'm used to this. And then you would have to give him half your money.
I think it's.
Why is that a law?
I don't know. I mean, that's why I think people don't get married. I think that's why some.
Or prenups.
Yes, prenups but I mean, you have to, especially, but if you don't have a prenup and you've been married for as long as we have, which is 19 years, I 100% think it's fair.
No.
I wouldn't be where I am
Not if he's a surfer, though. I'm not talking about your husband. I'm saying if your husband was a surfer or he likes photography.
Okay,
I'm a
so like,
and I make $10,000 a year.
right. Okay,
That's
so
your
you're
husband.
saying now, okay, so if it's a woman who has a bunch of nannies, didn't watch her kids, doesn't do anything, she's working out every day. She
Kids is
starts to
different,
bone her
okay.
trainer.
Right. Cheats on you.
No, she starts boning her surfing coach.
Right.
Cheats on you. Of course, that's not fair either that you'd give her, but
No.
but she will get that money.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We have to.
But see, that's maybe.
This law happened when, first of all, women weren't allowed to get credit cards, and you go, we got to take care. But
Yes.
now we're okay in that area. You can get a credit card, right?
Of course.
Okay. You can own land.
Yeah.
This law is antiquated, if I may use a word, SAT word.
That is good. SAT word.
My IQ is very high. It's almost 100.
You know,
So-
another question I have about IQ, and I
Yes.
brought this up on the podcast before.
What?
The only time I've ever heard of someone stating their IQ is when they're like a serial killer. Oh, he had a very high IQ, or he had a very low IQ. I personally, my parents are gone, so I can't ask them. I never remember being tested for an IQ test. I don't know. It didn't happen in my classroom. My kids have never been tested for IQ. So who the hell is getting tested for the IQ?
I was tested in 3rd grade, which how do you test a 3rd grader? But that's the only time I know my IQ score.
And I don't even know how that would matter because you might have a better vocabulary because maybe your parents have a better vocabulary. Does that mean that you're technically smarter than somebody that's like living
Right.
with an immigrant parent that doesn't have your vocabulary? That
And also,
doesn't seem fair.
that's also a small category of intelligence. It's really just memorization. If you're good at, and you're interested in learning words, which I'm not. I have very poor English grasp. That
Really?
a big word I use is the only big word I know.
You know what one of
But
my
they don't-
favorite ones is?
What?
Sophomoric.
Sophomoric.
It means immature.
Don't you always say humor after that word, though?
Yes.
I do.
Sophomoric humor. Yeah.
I like, you know what's going around now is obfuscate. Everyone's saying that because
What does it
Sam
mean?
Harris said it a few times, and now everyone's saying
But
it.
what does it mean?
Going around. Oh, you're obfuscating that topic.
Oh.
It's a fancy word.
It is pretty fancy.
I might be saying it wrong. Yeah, they don't touch, they need to test musical intelligence, social intelligence.
Yeah.
They don't. They're like, can you in school, if you can't read well and memorize, you're an idiot. Like, I thought it was very dumb growing up because I had trouble reading and trouble memorizing. That's all it is.
My biggest anxiety is if they asked me to read aloud in class. I would I'd always like cough to and it's amazing.
Now that's what you do.
That's what I do now is talk in front of thousands of people.
Hundreds, dozens of people.
Yeah, but you know, it's true. That would be, and the girls would snicker.
That's what we do. You know, I was voted class clown in 8th grade, and I cried because I wanted to be cool. In 8th grade, you don't be a clown in front of girls.
You were not
Yeah.
sad about that.
I cried.
Well-
And they changed it to best personality because they found out I was upset. And then my
Oh.
mother filled my room with clowns. My room was filled with clowns, which I hated clowns. And I was humiliated that I was a clown.
You're saying that
And
that day she went out to a store and bought 100 clowns.
Over the following few weeks, my room became filled with clowns. So I was horrified and embarrassed in my own room, my safe space.
Yeah.
And then I became a clown. Like now I am a clown. We'll be right back.
No, I had a couple. Well, let me just tell you. At least you got an award, okay? Because when I was at my all-girl Catholic high school, Louisville, right there, Christina Pazinski, also a graduate of Louisville. So it's killing it with funny women. Let me just tell you something. So anyway, when I went there, we did the talent show, okay? I was so excited for the senior talent show. I did a stand-up comedy act.
Me too.
I did a
Okay.
singing thing.
Yeah.
I did a dance routine with my
Oh.
friends. I did a comedic sketch. And then the head of the department goes, we're canceling the senior talent show. Not enough people are participating, and one person is in over 4 bits.
Oh, they pointed you out?
I mean, sorry for trying. Okay, then I said, well, I know I'm going to win best hair. I'll at least win best hair in the yearbook.
Yeah.
And they said, we're going to cancel best hair this year because the person with the longest hair always seems to win. And that doesn't really constitute best hair. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's awful.
Final straw.
You're a victim, yes.
I can sing, okay?
Yeah.
3 people got to sing a version of the Ave Maria, okay? I auditioned.
Let's hear a little bit.
Okay. Wait, let me hold on. There's 2 ways I can do it. So I can do it really high or really low. Okay.
Is this the right key?
Or I can do it like this.
Did you say Grossia Plano?
I don't remember this. Or I can do it the
really
more,
good, though.
or I can do it the lower way. Ave Maria, gracia plena, Maria, gracia plena. Well, anyway, I took
Very
a
good.
breath
Yeah.
where I wasn't supposed to.
I
And
like
the
higher
music
better.
teacher
I like
said,
the higher better.
Thank you. The music teacher didn't pick me as one of the 3. And I said, he goes, you got the votes from the other music kids because they voted. He goes, you got the votes. But because you expected to get it, I'm not giving it to you. I can't believe I still like this school. I can't.
Were you arrogant? Because maybe you really it sounds like you really pissed this guy off.
Well,
Maybe
here's
it's
the
your fault.
You want the real juicy scoop?
Yeah.
The girl he gave it to,
They
her
were
dad
banging.
was a big director of a sitcom called Growing Pains.
That's
And I think he wanted to get an in, leave this school, and do something in the business.
I had a trivia question for you.
Yes, please do.
Do the theme song of Growing Pains.
I don't know. The only one that's coming in my head is the facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad,
Oh,
you take
you know
the
who wrote
bone,
that?
there you had the facts of life.
Do you know who wrote that song?
Thick?
Alan Thicke.
Do you know
God
who's,
rest in peace.
Do you know who is a good friend of mine? Tanya Thick.
Tanya
widow.
Thicke.
His widow.
Oh.
She's a real
Do
delight.
you know I went to Hawaii with them?
You did?
Yes.
With when?
I know, it's a weird story. I wasn't supposed to go with them. I was dating Sarah Silverman at the time, and we missed our flight to Hawaii. And then, Kelly, can we help you?
She's just checking, making sure everything goes good. Go on. She's
I was
just
in the
a
middle
check
of the story.
Okay, continue. Go. Okay, yeah. You're dating Sarah Silverman. I've
missed the
never heard
flight.
of her. Is she funny? Just
Very
kidding.
funny. Missed a flight, and then Bill Maher, friend of hers, said, "Come on our plane tomorrow. We're going to Hawaii." So we went on the plane. He did not want me to be there. He was really kind of.
Did he know that you did an impression of
I
him yet?
didn't at that point. I did one after that.
Well, let me tell you about my Bill Maher
You
story.
people. Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, let's hear a little bit. Go.
Oh, great. This little twerp's on my plane. Oh, great. He wanted to be with, fun Sarah, I guess. But anyway, Tanya and Alan were really nice. I liked them a lot.
So sweet. So I've known Tanya 3 years. Met her through Chris and Bruce / Caitlyn Jenner. Okay.
Who I need so many details.
Well, let me just finish this. But
Can I hang out with Caitlyn?
I haven't seen Caitlyn in a couple years.
Okay.
I've reached out to Sophia Hutchings, her girlfriend, to get her on the show, but then she went cold on me. So I don't know that.
Yeah, baby.
I'm not doing that show. I'm not going to Calabasas.
Wait, let's
is
do-
my impression good or is
Yeah.
it cartoony?
I don't care. Let's do you be.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Sophia, the girlfriend.
Okay. Because Caitlyn, I noticed, she answers herself.
Yes.
Like she'll be like,
So I went to the store, got some Jimmy Choo's, and
like she'll be both people. Does she do that in real life?
Yes,
I
I think that is something sort of.
And does she say, "Yeah, baby"? Because in my head she does, but I don't know if she actually does that.
I think that I love that your impression includes that every time. When I do impressions, I sometimes start things and then people go, like they've got, like I do this one girl on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that is from Connecticut, but she has an English
Who's
accent.
this?
Dorit. She's been on for a couple years. And she'll be
Okay.
like, Lisa Vanderpump, mind you. And I just always end up with, I do mind you a lot. And then
Yeah.
it's like, because that is sort of what gets me into the
Yeah.
voice. And then I'm like, what if she really does say mind you? But now everybody will be like, I love your Dorit, mind you. And so.
That hooks you in. Yeah, like Bill
Yeah.
Maher's like, people.
You people.
That hooks.
God, that
your,
sounds
your
so perfect. So
brain
when you were
can hear it.
on the plane, though, he didn't know at the time, or
He
had you not
ignored
done
me.
had you not done an impression of him?
No,
had
I
you not
didn't do
realized the
impressions
gift?
till like a year and a half ago. I didn't do impressions. I did them in like middle school and stuff, and then like my manager told me not to do impressions.
So I did impressions when I was young too, and then I got to the Groundlings, and they said we don't like celebrity impressions.
Yeah.
We
It
want
was
you to
frowned
do.
upon.
We want you to do like original characters, and so then I was like, okay. And then when I had to try out for SNL, I was like, ooh, I can't do this person because someone's already doing it. And that's another thing that I say, you know what? Just because someone else is doing that impression, no one owns an impression. You have a unique, funny, it makes you laugh, it makes the crowd laugh. Like, don't worry. But Barry Katz, manager to the stars, he told me on my podcast, I shouldn't do impressions. I'm not an impressionist, I'm a mimic. And I was like, you know, and you said that someone said that to you
Yeah,
too.
I had a manager who told me not to do impressions or music, and I look back, it's such a terrible advice.
Totally. I mean, it's,
Terrible.
I know, it's just like, because not everybody can do it. So if you
I
can
get-
do
yeah.
something that not everybody can do, whatever that is, entertainment, or you're, you know, like if you're really great at math or you're really great in science, like pursue that. If something comes easier to you than the average person and you like it, that should be something that you pursue.
And something you're interested in, because if you're
Yeah.
interested, you'll do it more. I wasn't interested in talking about my family on stage, but that's what they told me to do, so I was doing it. So follower. Because I was quiet, and people would put clowns in my room, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say, I
Yeah.
don't want clowns in my room. I would let that happen.
So when did you realize that you could do Bill Maher?
Right while I was on that trip.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, just his voice sort of stuck in my ear.
Well, I went to see Bill Maher recently in Santa
Oh.
Barbara with Tanya Thick. She
Oh,
called me and said, would you
yeah.
like to come to see Bill Maher?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. I'll see that asshole.
He's
Because,
probably nice, I don't know, but
I would
that
think-
trip he was not nice to me.
okay, whoa, just okay. So I go, yeah, because I met him many years ago when my friend Daisy, I went to a party at his house, and my friend, he was attracted to my friend Daisy, who was very attractive, half Filipino, half Mexican. She was in fashion. She was like really happening. I like met her at the gym, and I basically just met her because like we'd go to good parties together because she was
Yeah.
attractive. So I bring her to the Bill Maher party, and he's like into her. So he goes, come to the show. This is so long ago. This was like before 9/11. So go to that show.
Come to the show. I'll be Bill Maher.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, look at this piece of ass.
You want to come to my show?
Yeah, Bill. I mean, if that's okay, are we just on a list or?
I mean, that's all that I know about the conversation.
Okay, well,
Go
okay.
ahead.
We go to the show. He hops in my back of my Celica.
Ooh.
We go out to dinner. He comes with us.
4-cylinder?
It was a '92 USC graduation gift, so it was pretty happening.
Nice.
Got to the place, hung out. He, went out with friends a couple more times, and it ended. So I have never seen him since. And I was like, well, if we're gonna meet him backstage and stuff, who knows? Like, hey, I'd like to be on Bill Maher's show. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll be so taken with me and my incredible wit and what I have to offer as a comedian. Who knows? Well, no. He could give two shits, could not get rid of us quick enough.
Oh, really?
So we go through the act.
Yeah, you know when Bill Maher doesn't want you around.
He was- He really loved Alan, so he was sweet to Tanya. And then she was telling a story, and I was kind of like laughing and joining in the story, trying to be entertaining. And he did the worst thing that any guy can do to women that have had more than one drink. It's just gotten very loud, is what he said. And we were both like, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, it just shuts the party down. Like, you just immediately feel like
It's just
a
gotten very
cackling, annoying chick, And the other thing that Tanya said to him was she goes, oh my God, Billy, you have to see the ranch. You haven't been there since Alan passed and I redid it. And, anytime you want to come, I have this beautiful guest house. He goes, Tanya. And then you can repeat it in his voice. He
okay.
said, Tanya, I'm too rich and too famous to ever stay at someone's house.
What? Why does having
I
money
don't know.
make you...
I kind of appreciated the honesty, like, because people always will say that, stay at my house, And some people like me, I will stay at a friend's house, but I know there's other comics and stuff that's like their worst nightmare. They want to be in a hotel, they want like their coffee maker, they don't want to talk to anyone before or after the show. But to be that honest about it,
I don't think he was honest. Because,
don't?
I mean, I think he didn't want to stay there, but it wasn't because he's too rich and famous. It's because he just didn't want to stay there because he didn't want to hang out with her. Right?
okay, so let me hear it as Bill Maher. You've got to stay at my house sometimes.
Oh, please, Tanya. I'm just too rich and famous to stay at your shitty place, okay? Is it like that?
But it's so beautiful. I've got all the little rescue horses.
I don't give a shit about horses.
Oh.
All I care about is a young piece of ass. Scene. He just Tanya's. Do you still see Tanya?
I just invited her to my birthday. I'm having an all-girl pool party birthday called
I'll
Heatherfest.
go, I guess. Just
no,
kidding.
it's girls only.
I
It's called
know.
Heatherfest, and it's like your Kyle.
My Kyle impression?
No, your Kyle Fest. You're
Oh,
legit.
Kyle Fest.
Oh,
Yes.
Kyle Fest.
Yeah.
Last year, so I'm not stealing you. I started
steal it.
Heatherfest,
Yeah.
but it's not to sell tickets to my show. It's just I have a party with my good friends, and we do what women my age would love to do, which is drink, hang out by the pool, eat Chinese chicken salad, and get massages in my backyard.
No,
in the
why no
afternoon.
men? This sounds very
No,
sexist.
drink. I just said we drink. No,
I said,
wine.
why no men?
Oh, why no men? Well,
Oh,
I
you
was.
thought I said why no?
I just thought I was gonna have like men masseuses, but then I thought, you know what? I want the girls to like, even though
Be
my friends are really
comfortable.
attractive, I still want them to like. I want people to be in bathing suits. You know, everybody has pool parties and no one gets in the pool.
What about non-judgmental men can come?
Well, most men would not be judgmental. It's the girls in their head that are judging
You
themselves.
should have a no-girl party. Then no one's judging themselves. Because men just get fat and don't care.
Okay, well, getting back to your thing. So you
I
finally
want to
start
talk
doing.
about this porno.
So if you finally start to do
Mm.
the impressions.
Yeah, and
How did it? So it started just a year and a half ago. With which one?
well, I actually
Because you do the face swap thing
I saw
on the videos, which
I
is
looked-
really funny.
I always did like a Trump impression before he was president. I had a podcast. And I would do impressions on that, I guess. So I did do here and there impression, but when I saw the app where you could put their face on you,
Yeah.
then because I look nothing like him,
Right.
so I mean every feature on my face is different, everything. So that I was like, oh, maybe this will be better coming across on a face that looks like him. So I started putting those out. That was the first one I did.
And
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 it
has
was
he reached
doing
out and
okay.
said that he loves it?
All the time. But then
he has
when
such a good sense of humor about himself.
he
You know.
really does. The thing that really helped was when because I didn't like how on the phone it would cut to one person and then another when you want to do a
Right.
scene. So I had the idea of having it be a FaceTime, and then you would all see them all, and that was a big helpful idea to make little scenes.
And have you noticed people copying you at all?
You know what? Not really. And I know people like famous comedians have posted something even with a face swap, and they get lambasted. Saying
I
you're
kind of
stealing.
love that because sometimes
And
when
it's not mine. I didn't come up with this technology, but
when I come up with stuff too, I'm like, Heather, get ready for someone more famous to steal it from you, and like,
Yeah.
but it would be a shame not to put out this funny idea that I have.
Yeah.
But I do believe that the fans have your back. So if someone does try to do something that's so signature yours,
Yeah.
they're going to protect you. Even though the internet's the Wild West, there's no way really to protect you. I think that's true, and I think
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, Chris D'Elia posted something with the Jean-Claude Van Damme face swap, and he DM'd me. He's like, dude, I'm getting killed, and people say I'm stealing. It's not my technology, and it isn't him stealing.
Right.
But people, online are just... I like that
I know.
personally, because then you kind of corner a market.
Well,
But
I've been doing this.
It's not fair. Other people can use it.
Right.
It's not mine.
Well, I've been doing something that I do believe is mine, but I'm very aware that I don't think it'll be taken from me now because now I've legitimized myself. But I started reenacting 1 minute an episode of A Real Housewives. So I have each girl and I can do all the voices.
That's a good idea, yeah.
And it's so much work. I'm literally editing it down. We're like the least
Editing.
favorite girl
Yeah.
actually does get like very little time. Like in the end, we're like, oh, I
Yeah.
barely featured her. I'm like, she is kind of boring. So
Yeah.
we're trying like doing that. But people love it so much. I'm like, hope to God someone doesn't try to like steal it. But at this
Yeah.
point, I think it's big enough like yours is that if someone did, they were of any level that people are going to
Yeah.
see it, then I
Yeah.
do think the fans kind of protect you and knowing that you were the first and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way we can hang on to this forever.
I know.
Being cornering the market.
We can't.
But just gonna ride it out.
But
Try to
if-
get as much cash as we can.
And just get the notoriety, like you just get noticed. Like what was
Yeah.
nice is many of the housewives then retweeted that, and that
Yeah.
really did like boost me a little bit because I'm like I'm doing all this work, I'm not getting paid, I'm killing myself. Kelly's filming it, and editing it. We're trying to get it out at the right time.
How do I get a Kelly? Like, how do I
Just-
do this? I have no one helping me.
Well, good luck.
How'd you get Kelly? What'd you do?
One day I said, about 2 years ago, Kelly, this is how we met. I said, can someone just show me how to do Snapchat? I guess I have to join another fucking thing.
Yeah.
And she DM'd me and she's like, I will teach you. How? I go, where do you live? She said, Thousand Oaks. I go, would you like to meet at the Village in Woodland Hills? I'll buy you kava, one of my favorite restaurants.
Wow.
Have you been to kava?
No.
Get ready to have your mind blown.
Kava.
It's like Chipotle, but for Mediterranean food. It's in a
Oh.
bowl. I like every meal in a bowl now.
I do too. I like
I
a
just got a
bowl.
poke
Don't
bowl. I like a
put it-
Chipotle bowl.
Yeah.
I like a salad bowl. I mean,
That's how your stomach is. It's like
it's got to be in a bowl. It's got to be mush gush, push
Right.
it all together. Okay. So we met there, and
is that
then
near here? I'm gonna go there after this.
yes, it's at the Woodland Hills
it's called
Village.
what?
Cava, Cava.
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
You're gonna love it.
If I hate it, I'm gonna be so mad at you.
You're not. You're gonna love it. And
You'll
so,
hear about it.
and you're gonna love walking around the village. Okay, because it's adorable.
All right.
Topanga and
Is it as
Victory.
adorable as your set?
It's pretty close.
All right.
So Kelly then she went off back to college, and she also had a cute boyfriend, and then she reached out. She's like, do you need any help? And I'm like, yes, I do. And so she was aggressive, and I tell the kids that too. Like, if you want a job, ask for it, keep in touch, you know. And then I said, yeah. And then we fell in love since then.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'll just do it. I'll
Yeah.
just send out a tweet or something. Any
It
help?
worked out for
I
me.
can't get into my Facebook. Can someone help me?
I can't get into my LinkedIn. People have been asking to be my friend since 2008. If you are trying to be my LinkedIn friend.
LinkedIn. I think a car. you
LinkedIn.
could
Is it
get into.
LinkedIn? LinkedIn. Anyway, just I'm not ignoring you. I don't know what the code is.
All right. We can edit all this out. I just wanted to know.
No,
how you
it's
did
all
it.
good. So tell me how you got into the Caitlyn Jenner world, because that's my favorite one.
I don't remember doing that for the first time, but I.
Because you also do the 3 girls talking to him on
Yeah.
FaceTime.
They actually copied. I did one where they were all like, I'm mad at you, and it was like a little
Yeah.
one sketch. And then Chloe posted herself doing that. So they definitely saw it, which is exciting to me.
I feel like sometimes they love things for a while and then they don't love them anymore. Because,
Yeah.
like, Nori's Black Book is this really funny Instagram account, which is a secret person who's acting like she's North, Kanye, and Kim's oldest daughter. So,
Oh.
like, it'll be her perspective. And at a time I could see that they were liking it.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, they don't follow it anymore. Oh, I'm like, well, one post
Yeah.
hit a nerve or whatever. But for the most part, they have
Yeah.
a
You got
a
to keep
good
cranking it
enough sense
out.
of-
That's
yeah.
what I find.
So let's do an interview, Caitlyn.
Yeah. Sorry I haven't called you in 2 years. I was busy.
What were you busy with, Caitlyn?
You know, my books.
Oh, I read your book, by the way.
Not talking to my kids. I had a lot going on.
So tell me about your relationship with Sophia, because I'm very intrigued by
She's
this.
a little bitch.
What? She's your girlfriend.
We're
She's
not
your-
friends anymore. Yeah.
You kicked her out?
Yeah.
Why?
She stole my Jimmy Choos.
Size 17, baby. Come on, Caitlin, do the show. What's up?
No, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you guys were
Yeah, baby.
I thought you were life partners, you and Sophia.
No, she's a bitch.
But it's quite a large age difference between the two of you. Do you think 44 years is too much, or was that a problem?
No. I like that part. She can keep up with me. I'm an ex-Olympic champion. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just saw that you were at the racetrack this weekend. So you still love all that
Yeah.
more macho kind of things.
Well, you know, I like racing. I like golf.
Yeah.
I like my helicopters. You ever see me fly one of those little helicopters?
I do. I feel like you were the first to get into helicopters.
I was the
before
first
drones.
one, baby. Yeah. I like Cava. You ever go to Cava?
Oh my God! I
That's
just
a
talked
great
about.
restaurant.
I
Yeah.
was just talking
Everything's
about.
in a bowl. Yeah. Can I come to your party for girls?
Yes, 100%. Of course you can.
Can Kyle come?
Listen,
You yes.
it's a private promotion for myself.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
I want to
I
get
think
you back in with Kate. I actually wear something very similar like that when I do Caitlyn Jenner. I have a shirt that's very
this is
similar.
a little
Have you seen this?
mature for me, and it's a little cougary. But with this white jacket, it's kind of stunning.
Look at this.
What?
Oh no, I'm wasting time.
Listen,
Edit this
I
out.
look.
Edit this out. Edit this
Caitlyn
out.
and I are similar looking.
You guys look exactly like me.
We have similar hair. We're both tall.
Look at this. Look at the shirt that I was wearing.
Yeah.
Just like Heather's.
You know that Caitlyn originally, that her choice of a name was Heather.
Really?
Yes.
I guessed she was going to pick Caitlyn before, there was a thing with what name is she going to be. I guessed Caitlyn. Because,
Are you psychic?
no, I
I am a little bit.
deduced. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of an animal. What animal am I thinking of?
Pig.
Dolphin.
Oh,
Anyway, that's
go
a
on.
mammal. A trivia trick.
It's more like I predict like celebrities' futures.
Okay.
So I did kind of predict Psalm West as a name. That's Kim's latest baby's name.
Psalm you predicted?
Well, I said it would be religious, but I thought it would be disciple and disciple for short.
Wow.
But it was Psalm,
Yeah.
so it's close enough. So
How do we get you back together with Caitlyn so I can hang out with
what were we just talking about? Oh, how you chose the name Caitlyn, how you thought it would be Caitlyn.
Yes, just because I felt it would be down the middle, like a female name.
Mm.
I thought Kate or Caitlyn, just because that just to me seems
And did
right
you-
down the middle.
Did it ever bother you, because it's really bothered me,
Yeah.
that Caitlyn's son, Brody Jenner, had been dating a girl named Caitlyn for 6 years prior to
I didn't know that.
Bruce choosing the name Caitlyn, and he has since married Caitlyn,
Oh.
and so there are two Caitlyn Jenners
that's
in the family.
interesting. I didn't know that.
I
Brody
feel
lived
that
next
was very
door.
selfish of Caitlyn.
She did
There's-
take the thunder.
There's no way that Caitlyn Jenner Sr. ever, I don't think, approached Brody or the girlfriend and said, "Hey, I'm really in love with your name." Maybe it is. Come, Caitlyn.
You're right, though.
Come find me and tell me because what would she say if someone came to me and said, "I love the name Heather"? Well, I would want it because I'm trying to get my name out there. But I mean,
I think maybe she didn't realize this, but every time that the other Caitlyn gives her ID or says her name, it's going to be a whole conversation.
but she, Caitlyn Jenner Sr., did choose it with a C, and Brody's Caitlyn is K.
Okay, but then when you say what's your name, you go, "My name's Caitlyn Jenner." It's a whole. You're putting that on the
Yeah.
person. Whereas if it was Heather Jenner,
And then,
Heather Jenner, I don't know if that flows.
I know.
Heather Jenner.
Yeah, it's not as good. It's not as good at all.
Did you guys
at
have
all.
a falling out? What happened? Or she's got.
No, well, I was closer to Chris, obviously. But looking back, we'd have these girl nights, and I feel like, God, now, when I watched the show once Caitlyn had transitioned, she was always drinking Chardonnay with all of her other friends from when they had the 2-year-long reality show of all the other transgender women. They would all have Chardonnay and everything. And that's what Kris Jenner and I and some other ladies used to have, and we would just, like all women do, kick out poor Bruce.
And it was,
and I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
he was just dying to be part of the group.
That's the thing. It's like she couldn't have been in a more feminine environment, torturous
Yes.
environment. It's constant
It's
girly
like
stuff.
a
was
like a
happening in that
diabetic
house.
working at a cake shop
Yes. Must have been.
every day, just
Mhm.
dying to have that
Like
sugar,
how-
and you couldn't because
Yeah.
the glam squad every day,
Uh-huh.
beautiful clothes brought in every day.
That's just paraded in front of
Just
her face.
dying. And when you read the book, she was like, I had the best legs in the family. Like, she was a little conceited like that. When you read the book, she says things like that. So
I'm trying to
anyway, she
imagine
wrote
her
the
legs.
book. I read the book. I did not find her to be, I found her to be unkind to Chris and
Yeah.
what Chris had gone through. And so, No, I did not reach out to Caitlyn to be on the show. But now I'm like, so much time has passed. They all seem to be friends. And I'm absolutely like intrigued by the lifestyle
Yeah, I think it's.
with her and Sophia.
I'm well that but I'm intrigued at how she talks about Bruce as like, she'll say he was a great guy, but that was her. You almost complimenting yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like what is I don't
know.
Like, it's not a different. I know didn't identify male, but everything else she's Bruce.
Right.
You know.
I do think though nobody could have brought this subject to the forefront and made people aware. So kudos to her, because nobody, like, when you think about how people thought about it all 3 years ago, it's completely different today.
Yeah.
So I think that part is
Did you
really
see the
good.
show I Am Kate?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when she
Yeah.
was having Chardonnay with everybody, and I felt badly.
Oh.
I went back to the kitchen. Oh, Bruce, go away.
The funny thing was,
And
yeah.
she could have joined us.
Yeah. See, and now you're having your sexist party.
Because
Party.
as Bruce, she was quite a loner. She wasn't really hanging out with
yeah.
other guys. You
Yeah.
know, because I'd be like, does Bruce, do you ever want to golf with Bruce? And he'd kind of like try to make a plan. It never really happened. And oftentimes people would just see Bruce playing alone,
Yeah.
you know? And I was like, oh, so I don't think he formed that many strong male friendships either. So the fact that now she's Caitlyn and she does have strong female friendships, I think that part's great.
That's good. They
People
were
should have friends.
on I Am Kate. Yeah, I'm looking into doing that for myself. The I Am Kate girls were a little bit like, because when you first transition, from what they were saying, you go through this sort of adolescence.
Right.
So it's exciting. You're finally out.
You're like a
that.
teenage girl, yeah.
And they were trying to wind her down and be like, hey, you have a huge voice and platform.
Right.
You got to quickly grow up and get to our maturity level. Because there
Yeah.
was some immaturity in the beginning. Which I'm sure was
But and then
growing.
I couldn't blame her either, because in reading the book, it's like she would just get to Arizona where she's doing like a speech as Bruce, and that's when she could dress up in the hotel room and do her makeup and all that. And then back then she said I looked like Cindy Crawford,
Yeah.
and they've been mistaken for each other in Malibu.
I heard about that. Yeah.
And I sorry Cindy, but don't be offended because Caitlyn looks good.
Is she offended?
In one of the tabloids, it was, no, she didn't appreciate that.
Mm.
I posted a photo recently, and someone said, oh my God, I thought it was Caitlyn, because I'm taller. I was with Chris and Courtney and Kim, and it was an old photo, and I'm taller than them, and I have the same hairdo as Caitlyn. People
Yeah.
said, oh my God, I thought you were Caitlyn. I'm like, totally, because I'm taller.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like, I don't take offense.
Yeah. Well, Caitlyn's
She's
like
got a good
65,
face.
right?
I know, but like, the hair is similar, and whatever.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery is amazing.
I think they put too much pressure on models like Cindy Crawford and Christy Brinkley. They're like, let them be older ladies.
They don't want to be.
But
Christy Brinkley, that's like a freak of nature.
But she looks great. But I mean, they're trying to keep her a sexual object, and
Who's
let her
they?
be.
She is. She's the one that's wearing nylons and a one-piece bathing suit walking around the Hamptons. Come on.
Yeah, I guess she
At
has a
certain
responsibility.
point,
but
like she's choosing to live that life.
if you have people constantly going, "You look amazing. You look amazing," I guess I can't blame them. But I feel like if I was Christy Brinkley, and I've thought about this a lot,
Yes.
but I would feel pressure to always look good,
Yes.
and let her be an old lady. She's an old lady now.
I think that
That'd be
too.
a grandma.
I was at this party in the Hamptons, and these women were all like older, like in their 60s, size 0, in these tight dresses. And I go, how have you like maintained this all these years? And she was like, I've been starving for 60 years. And I was like,
Yeah.
God, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, just at a certain point, like, just not that you have to be like a full frumpadump, but like, God, just let it go. Like, I think when Debbie Moore found out that Ashton Kutcher was cheating on her, and there was no denying it because he was caught in that hot tub with the girl in San Diego.
Ooh, I didn't know about this.
This was years ago. I think she finally was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, let me just put on some frickin' flip-flops and call it a fucking day.
Did she do that?
Kind of. I mean, she still looks
Yeah.
amazing, but I don't think she was. I think she could finally like stop keeping up like the complete bikini body, like you know, because that's where it's
your
like
body slows down. It's
your skin
starving.
changes. Like
Yeah.
you know, you look
Time.
okay in a bikini, you know, but really close up in the harsh light.
We don't value. Just talking to the kids right now. We don't value age. In other cultures, they revere the elder, wisdom, and what we care about seems to be bone structure and skin, bone structure symmetry and skin smoothness. Like,
Yes.
How shallow and dumb is that? I know that's what makes the world go round, I guess, but it just seems like
As someone who has very great
you've got great skin. You got great. I'm not taking that away
I'm
from you.
glad
just
that it's a
saying.
trend.
You have great skin. I'm just saying. The thing about it is, kids.
What about you? You're a fit guy. You work out.
I'm ripped like you wouldn't believe.
You
can't
do
even
look
tell.
pretty. You look pretty
But
ripped.
I do it.
Can we show your muscles to the kids? I mean, I think you're pretty fit.
Well, you know what keeps me fit? Rock climbing. That's the hardest thing. Boulder climbing.
Do you
the
go to, like, to
indoor Hollywood boulders.
But do you go to
free plug.
real rock climbing or just like the little fun things that they do on reality shows?
They're kind of fake, but they're indoor. But they're very hard.
Okay.
Let me be aggressive with this pencil.
And are you like going there? Like, do you have like a punch card where you can go like a bunch of times and climb it a bunch
Yeah,
of
you
times
do.
for
You
a
do a
deal?
monthly membership. It's like a
Okay.
gym.
And what's your love life like?
Terrible.
What happened?
don't
so you
have-
broke up
I
with
don't-
Sarah Silverman.
We broke up. Yes, that was a long time ago. We're still friends. And
You
then
dumped her because you don't like funny women, obviously.
I was on the other coast. It was more like, hey, we're like, don't feel like we're in a relationship anymore. It was, we would call it conscious uncoupling.
Yes. Okay.
Love that term. And then I went online. I did a little of that, and then I got off. I said, I can't do this. So now I did that,
Uh huh.
and I went on 2 dates with somebody, and that was that.
Was it a somewhat famous person?
Yes, famous person. Yeah.
And what happened?
Just didn't have much in common. Not that it's, I mean, I still might text or something, but it just, she was really busy and didn't feel like anything was happening and didn't have much in common, but liked her and.
And so, you've worked with funny women. You worked on the Amy Schumer Show, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Were you there for the whole time?
Yeah.
And were you part of the creation of it?
No, I wasn't. I didn't do the pilot. I just did the.
So she just knew you to hire you, or someone else
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
you? Oh, okay.
She did, yeah.
And you won the Emmy for writing the song, "Girl, You Don't Have to Wear Makeup."
Girl, you don't need makeup. But I have to say, like, the whole writing staff pitched in lyrics and stuff. I wrote the music.
The actual tune.
The actual tune of it, and I helped produce the tune.
Oh, well, now
I write music,
now
so
I'm not that impressed. Just kidding.
no, it's not as impressive. But I love music, so to me,
What happened
that's,
with that show? Why didn't it continue? Did she want to do other things because she became so big?
That, and also, I think Comedy Central kind of took it off YouTube, which is probably a mistake, because that's how everything lives now.
I
You just have to
know.
say, hey, we're gonna lose money. We're just gonna put it on YouTube so people see the show.
I remember E did that test too.
She got
They made it like all restrictive of our stuff, and
It's
I
a
was
lot
like,
like-
"Oh my God, don't do that!"
You
And
can't. It's
yes,
like it's like when Napster happened and the music industry was like, no, we're not gonna.
their philosophy was like, we don't want them to see anything before it airs in some country across the world. And I'm like, but if the kids, they may discover it online and
You
then
gotta
start
go
watching
with
on
the kids.
TV.
You gotta
Yeah,
go what the kids are doing. They rule.
I know. But so
But
that
no, I'm
happened.
not dating anyone. I don't go. I literally, and I go do shows and I just leave after. I don't hang out.
So you've never been married?
No, not even. Well,
Do you
I
have
had
children?
No.
Do you want to one day?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
I think that your
Way
Instagram
behind.
is
The ticket to a family.
I think your Instagram is absolutely not selling you as good looking as you are in person.
Oh, that's nice.
Like I
Say
would
that
try
again,
to
please.
I would try to get at least one
Just
cute
ripped shirt
just
off.
one cute photo because
Yeah.
you know well half of the thing is you with the weird face swap.
Mm-hmm.
But then even when it's you being you,
Yeah. And I do Craig, which is like this.
yeah,
I
like
smush my
yeah,
face.
it's really unattractive
You think I
characters.
should sell sex on my Instagram?
I think that
like this.
I think this is like the best of two worlds because you play all these weird characters, but you're like attractive and like
Oh, thank
and like
you.
you have like you're way not you look creepy and nerdy on your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not getting any DMs on the Instagram. but
No, you're
hey,
not. You might after this. I
let's
might
hope.
change your
DM.
life. I might
I'll
change
check
your
my
life
DMs.
because, yeah.
All right, great.
Where do you live?
I live in the Hollywood Hills.
Okay, sounds pretty good.
My view is great. My house is a dump, but maybe a lady could come change that. You know, woman's touch.
Yeah. Do you, have you ever been involved in Scientology?
No, but I'm willing to change religions.
Okay, what is your religion?
I think I'm atheist.
Oh, really?
Agnostic? Agnostic. I don't know. Here's the
Really?
thing.
Why not just believe?
I'll tell you why. Because
And that way, if you meet him, it's not awkward. You're not like, oh, I denied you my whole life. You're like, hey, I didn't go to church, but I always believed in you.
I think there's a guy he's cool with my philosophy because
Okay.
I don't say I don't think there's something. I say I don't know. And I think when you close the door to something, you go, this is the answer. You're not open to maybe the real answer coming.
Right.
Like if some other God came down, it was like, I'm the Messiah. And all these other religions would be like, no, you're not. Shut up.
Right.
You know, because you're going against my story that I'm clinging to. So I'm open. I think there's something amazing about being conscious.
Right.
And I just want to be open. I love science, and a lot of times science gets squelched by religion.
Right.
Just
or
historically.
science squelches the religion.
Well, science is thought of as a religion, but it's really not. It's just you know, the act of, you know, measuring
Right.
and physically getting answers. So, you know, when Galileo sees moons going around the Jupiter and says, "Oh, we're not the center of the solar system," you know, they excommunicate the guy and
Right.
took hundreds of years to apologize. You know, it's just a slow process, and I just think we should support science and go. You guys go test. I mean, if there is this real God, it's not going to go against science. It's going to go with
Right.
science. You know what I
That's the
mean?
police coming to get you. for
Uh-oh.
not believing in
The religion police.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Here's my philosophy.
Yeah.
I've been raised Catholic. I do Christian service. Something that I do
Yeah.
for Christian service is maybe
Yeah.
tag a friend that has less followers than I do.
Yeah.
Simple things you can do
Right.
for other people.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe that Jesus thinks I'm a hoot, and he totally loves everything I do.
Yeah.
He's not at all offended by anything. He has a
Right.
great sense of humor, and he's just like, "You go, girl,"
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
that's it.
I mean, that's
That's my thing.
my
Just
only
be happy, be a good
Yeah.
person. That's all.
my only problem with religion is when it squelches something.
Yes.
I don't like
You
that.
can't do that. Yeah, that's not okay.
Yes. It just feels like it's weaponized by some people.
Yes,
And
definitely.
That bothers me.
Definitely.
But that's other than
And
that.
societies and stuff.
Yeah. I love science. There's so many magical things happening in science that people doesn't even make the news, and it's proven. You know, they calculate these things. I mean, the fact that they know that the sun, that all matter and atoms come from the exploding sun is just an amazing
Do you
thing.
believe that there's aliens? And do you believe that anyone has really seen like a UFO or had an alien
No, I don't believe
abduction?
there's aliens here for a couple of reasons. One, just the vastness of space is like you can't even imagine it. There's
So
so
when
much.
you saw E.T.
Yes,
as a child,
in person. Yes.
did you think it was a possible thing, or were you
I mean, I
this?
was so tiny, but I still thought, no, that puppet does not look real. That's what I thought. But even our closest star, 4 light years away.
Yeah.
I mean, going the speed of light. You shoot a light beam at the moon, which took us a
Well, that
week
makes
to
me
get
feel
to.
better because I'm actually scared of the aliens coming
No,
down.
you're fine. Plus, if something travels across space that far, they're not gonna be like, "Hey, we're here."
There was this weird
Think
thing
about
that happened maybe a few months ago. Do you remember? There was like a weird, like, it looked like a weird rocket thing, and like everyone was filming it
Oh, yeah,
from their
the
phones.
space launch.
And for a couple minutes before my sons and husband could tell me, like, no, dummy, that's not. I was like, all right, well, this
Let's
is
do
it.
this.
I'm ready to go. I always say, hey, if we're all going to go at the same time, done.
Better be.
I'm exhausted. Let's call it a day.
Well, yeah.
I just don't want to be like left with the aliens or left with the zombies or
Well-
left in the rope. Like, I don't want to struggle and be one of the survivors. I'd rather just like go. If it's not
Yeah.
going to be the life I know,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a good
then I'd rather
attitude
not have
because
the
you probably
life.
won't have a control anyways. That's probably a good attitude.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting thing about that space launch, because if you look back in history, even the smartest Copernicus, maybe one of the smartest people ever to walk the planet, if you don't know something, we always evoke like a god. Like he didn't understand why Mars would suddenly move the wrong way, and he wrote in a scientific paper like this can only be God, because he didn't know the sun was the center of the solar system. So and every time we get to the edge of our knowledge, we go, that's God. And it never has been. And right now it's dark matter, dark energy that's God.
Right.
But it's always, that's why I just like to take a pause. And
Well,
go,
I was always like, sometimes I'd be going over like religious stuff that I'd forgotten about, like with my kid or whatever, because they go to Catholic school. I'd be like, I said, basically the Old Testament is just a bunch of stories about bad weather. Like, if this was the case, it would be like, oh my God, that tsunami was God being mad about this. The horrible earthquake there was God being mad about that. I mean, it was, then people would write a story about it. They're pissed because the Romans are here or whatever. So.
Yeah, there's no, they didn't know about how disease worked, so there's a lot of fear back then. And there was a lot of sacrifice so we get a good crop. That's just, they were at the edge of their knowledge about what was actually happening.
Let's get into some more juicier stuff about you.
Sorry, I went into science. I'm really sorry.
So you do Donald Trump.
Terrific.
Tell me what's going on with the economy, Donald.
So terrific. Best economy in the universe. Believe me, only going up.
Now, you were just in Japan. Did you have fun?
So terrific. Love those people. Very tiny. Much smaller. Very adorable. Cute. The Japanese. So terrific.
Did you enjoy
Those
the
are
food?
my whole impression.
I love it.
Saying,
Did you
okay,
like the
and
food?
saying,
It's disgusting. Don't understand it. Squids. Pig heads. Very terrible. Gross food. Terrific people.
Now, you are coming to do a golf
No
tournament.
chicken. No fried chicken anywhere. I looked. Believe me.
Now, how's Melania's campaign?
Ugh. Melania. Gross.
Yeah, we would never say she was gross.
She's disgusting.
No, Melania. I'm
Not
talking about
attractive.
Melania, your wife. I'm talking about.
Yes, Melania, yes.
You don't think she's attractive?
No, my other girlfriend's much more attractive. But can't divorce. Looks terrible.
What about Stormy Daniels? Were you happy when you won that
Oh,
case?
God. Stormy. She's a real problem.
She's a problem? Why?
You know, lawsuits, this and that sort of thing. Making Trump look bad.
Now,
Unterrific.
what about the 20 people that are running for the Democratic presidential race?
Yes.
Is there anybody that
I've
you
got
fear?
names for them all.
Oh,
Cory Booker. Gory Booger. I'm branding them all.
okay.
Those terrible names.
So you think because they have terrible names, they're never going to win?
As long as they get a terrible name out there, they can't win.
And what about Joe Biden? Are you surprised that he's coming back?
Joe Biden. Trying to think of a name here.
Are you guys friendly or?
No, terrible. Bad person. Not smart. Low energy.
And what about John McCain? You seem to have a beef from a long time, and now
Yeah,
that he's gone.
Kick his ass when I get to heaven. He's a loser. He's a loser.
Do you think?
Captured.
Do you think that Meghan McCain is
Ugh.
doing okay on The View?
Disgusting woman.
She gets very upset if anybody says anything about her dad. You do realize that she is the daughter of John McCain. I don't
What?
know
She is?
I don't know if she's ever mentioned
Oh, I
that on
didn't
the
know
show
that.
before.
I didn't know that. I thought this was a common name.
Seriously, that's all she says. Every time I turn on The View, it's another thing that she is offended by something that reflects her being the daughter of John McCain, the greatest American hero that ever walked the earth.
It is a nice thing to sort of be a victim. Feels good sometimes. She's playing it out too much, you're
Well,
saying?
maybe I'm a little jealous because my dad is dead too, and he was a
Mine is
Marine.
too. They're all dead.
And I'm like, you can only play that card so long. And I'm just wondering when is her time going to be up? Like
Right.
you can only go, I'm sorry, I missed the party. My dad died 4.5 years ago. Like after a certain point, you kind of go, all right.
We all know. We all have the information. Next.
Yeah.
I get that.
So
I don't watch The View, but I believe what you're saying.
she does this thing where she makes everything about her. Like during the scandal, during
yeah.
the college scandal, one of the things was that the Olivia Jade, the daughter of Lori Loughlin, she said she would wanted to go to ASU because that's where she had the grades to.
Yeah.
But the parents then pushed and got her into USC. And I guess somebody made some crack of something about ASU not being as prestigious as U of A. And then sure enough, Meghan McCain, my father from Arizona. And it's like, oh, Jesus, just get over it. Like, it's not everything about, like, I'm just like, hold on. She's always like shaking. Like, no one did a personal attack on you.
Yeah.
You are extremely lucky in this life. Like, just relax.
Right. You could always find where you're a victim, and it's
really happening
alluring.
right now. It's a great way to make a career comeback.
It's not good though, because then you stop. You don't work as hard if you don't take total responsibility.
Right.
I'm really preachy today. I'm really sorry. I'm very preachy.
Have you ever been a victim of any crime?
Yes.
What?
Someone stole my bike.
How old were you?
And I'm a victim.
How old were you?
I was like 45.
Oh. Really?
It was
Where? That sucks.
traumatizing.
Did you
At my
not?
house.
Did you not? Oh, you didn't. What? You just leave it without a lock?
I did. But it was right near my house.
Yeah, but you live in Hollywood.
And there was a camera, which I didn't check.
Why didn't you check it? You didn't
I don't
care.
know
You're
how.
so
I can't
rich.
get I can't my Facebook. I can't get this camera footage.
We'll send Kelly over there to look at your phone.
Yeah, Kelly. How much you pay Kelly?
I'm not telling you. Don't
Why
try to
not?
steal her away.
It's all money. She'll go wherever there's money. She's
No.
not loyal to you.
She is loyal to you.
Yeah, you watch. You see.
Listen.
You'll see.
Who other, can you give me a couple more? Do you have anybody else you can do that you like that you haven't
I'm
done
trying to
yet?
work on. I did. What's his name? Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
But I don't quite have it yet.
Just let me see it. It's not great.
See, I'm on the spot now. Change the apartment. Change
yes,
the
apartment.
world. Yes. Yeah. Well, change it. No, I can't do it.
No, that's pretty good.
No, it's working. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And scene.
Are you bummed that you did not discover this amazing talent younger? Like if God had come down, or whatever you want to call him,
Science came down
and said, Kyle, we're going to shoot you back 15 years back. You're going to wake up. It's going to be a Tuesday 15 years ago.
Oh, I would kill it. I would know.
I would
not
I would so beyond kill it. I'd be huge.
You look back and you go, oh man, this opportunities are kind of squandered. But you also know you had to go through it. You know.
No.
No. maybe
Go
you're right.
back 15 years. What are you doing?
Well, first of all, I would have, career-wise,
Yeah.
I would have really put together a good SNL audition.
Hell yeah.
Because I auditioned for that a couple times and never was prepared. It was weird.
I was supposed to go an audition, and then my MTV sketch show got picked up the day before, so they said,
Oh,
we
great.
can't see you.
Yeah, that's good.
And then after that, I was like married, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, and we have a stepdaughter, so I'm like, well, now I can't apply again.
Yeah.
I would have said, screw that, screw the marriage and the child, and I would have applied. I also would have paid attention when someone said, you got to check out this YouTube. What? Like I would have started
right,
a YouTube,
YouTube.
like and when
Yeah,
I was
I
at
would've got
Chelsea
that.
lately, I would have started a podcast 10 years ago. I would have
but it's
started
hard to
everything
say.
earlier.
You know.
I would have saved every bit.
Now,
on
the
a thumb
question
drive.
is, now what are you missing? What are you not, yeah. Thumb drives became huge. So now, what are we missing now? I look back and I go, oh, you didn't see that. What am I not seeing now? That's a question for all
And what am I
kids.
not seeing now? No, I just think I would have been up further along. I would have
No,
been
I'm
a bigger
saying, though,
star.
but now,
Yeah.
we're probably missing some things that we'll look back at 10 years
Yes.
ago. Look, you should have done that thing. What's
Yeah.
that? That's a good
TikTok?
question. Oh, do I have to do
I
TikTok?
don't want. I hate when something new starts.
Oh, I get an anxiety
I can't.
attack.
I can't
Is
do
that
anything.
happening?
Please make that go away.
Kelly, is that a thing, kids?
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
no?
She says it's
Oh,
not.
good.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Oh, nice.
Because Snapchat, after she showed me how to do it, I never did it again, and then that kind of just went
I'm
away.
so glad because I've messed up Snapchat.
Because Instagram story just kind of made up for it, but you know, I like that. I like that. I never understood it. It was too confusing to me.
I had a huge MySpace following. A video went
Oh.
viral, and I got all these.
When
and
was
then,
that?
2007, and then it died, and I did all this work to get this MySpace.
You and like
followers.
Dane Cook.
Yeah,
were
but I didn't
killing it?
capitalize like him. I was doing the characters and shit. But
So you were throwing up videos of characters and stuff.
I also kind of don't regret what happened to my career because I do feel like now, I do feel now that maturity-wise, I wasn't really ready. I think I would have messed up some if I got
Do you wish that you would have knocked up Sarah Silverman?
No.
Do you wish you would have knocked up Amy Schumer?
No. Who else should have knocked up? I would like to a family, but I think it should be like non-comedian. Not I think it's comedians, but like
I say I do not find women funny. I would never want to marry one. I don't know how I got married. I mean, I just think it's so
You don't
unattractive.
think women are funny?
I'm kidding.
Someone.
But I
told me
did
that,
grow up,
for
though. I
real.
did grow up going, shit, I'd like to be a stand-up comic, but who the fuck would ever want to marry a stand-up comic? I don't think there's anything less attractive than a woman being funny on stage.
I think it's very attractive. I dated a lot of stand-up comedians. It's just I look at like a comfortable life and being in the same house. We're both going for the same career. It doesn't seem like a great. Not that I wouldn't. I would if it was right. But if you go, what's your best odds of having a relationship that's going to be? I did a neurosurgeon for a couple years, and that felt
What happened?
good. Well, it was.
Do you wish you
there
knocked
was
her
some
up?
jealousy. There was some
there was?
jealousy.
Because she wanted to do Caitlyn Jenner
I think
impressions.
what I did was just foreign and just. It seemed like, even though I was in a place I wasn't even flirting with other people, but I'd be out late and then with this person, and she didn't feel like,
I think it's
I
really
think
hard,
it was a hard
to
thing.
not be jealous. In my marriage, it's always kind of bothered me how unjealous my husband is. Like, so not jealous, it's a little offensive.
Yeah.
But I know that's the better way to be. Because if you do have a jealous partner, it's something that you can never, like, convince them of. You know, if that's what's in their head, like with my friends and stuff that have endured that, it's really hard.
Yeah, and I think it is hard with what people you're interacting with could make someone who doesn't understand that isn't something that was not alluring to me.
Right.
But I felt like I couldn't really convince her of that, and it just was harder. But look, she was great, and she's gonna be fine, and everything's fine.
Well, Kyle, you've been really freaking fun.
I feel like we've been talking.
Thoroughly enjoyed
this
you.
Just flew by. How long have we been talking for?
Tell us where they can see you live.
When does this come out?
This is going to come out, I think. Well, depending on how good the interview is tomorrow.
Ooh,
You might get booked. No, I think probably either Thursday or next week.
All right. Well, if it's this
Either
Thursday,
tomorrow. Let's just do it tomorrow.
if it's
Then
tomorrow,
we can do all the ads and everything.
I would say I'm in Arizona. So if you're in Arizona,
Oh, Tempe?
Tempe
The
and
Improv?
Phoenix. I got 4 places I'm doing. Two nights at the Improv, and then 2 nights at places I have not promoted because I don't like to have me promote more than one thing. It's not a good idea.
What?
I don't know where.
Well, this is an awful.
You
First
took
of
a
all,
link.
this is an awful promotion that you're giving right
I'm
now.
telling you, I
for
need a
yourself.
Kelly. That's what I'm saying. I need a Kelly.
So, you're at the Tempe Improv
I
this
promoted
weekend.
that.
Okay.
I haven't promoted the other 2 shows.
Why
in
don't
Phoenix.
you?
Because I don't the links.
I'll forget
I
it.
don't know what's going on.
Forget. Good luck. Good
I would say
luck.
go to
I can't-
my Who website if you want to see if you're in
Yes.
Phoenix area. KyleDunniganComedy.com.
What's next for you in the big world?
Big things. Going to the top.
What are you doing?
I just did a pilot for Comedy Central. Like
Okay.
a sketch. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I did.
Yes.
And it's like a sketch show kind of thing.
How many people are in it with you?
It's just me. I do all the characters' impressions.
Oh, that's a
It's an
great way to
insane
employ
thing.
other people.
Well, here's the thing. I think I will have to if it gets picked up because.
Well, you better come to me, okay? Because
come to
I've
you.
launched a lot of careers and nobody comes around.
we can
and
do like
I-
dual Caitlyn Jenners.
I mean,
yelling
I
at each
have
other.
people coming on and I say, hey, think of me, like the girls that did The Teacher. Sure. 2-3 seasons. Now the show's not on. Well, maybe you could have thrown me a bone.
You know what? That would have been a waste of your time and talents.
Why?
You know, the teachers.
I like to get hair and makeup and be on set.
Well, I'm sure Kelly could do that.
No.
Maybe be on a show.
No, that sounds fun, though.
It's crazy. It's too much work. I have other people on the show anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think I can do a black guy. Like,
Do you
is
know-
that if I
do
do
you
a
know-
face swap? This is a good question. Is that blackface if I do a face swap of like Kanye? But it's his picture of his face.
I think that's okay, but you know what? I was out and this TMZ approached me because I'm famous. And
Nice.
they said, how do you feel about, what was the name? I never heard of it. I guess there's some movie coming out with a male comic who pretends to be an African-American female radio host in order to get a job. And people are upset that a white man is portraying a black woman. So I wrote White Chicks with the Wayans brothers. So the guy
Oh, you
knew
did?
that. Yes.
Oh,
so
cool.
he knew that. And so he was like, what do you think of that? And I just was like, you know, when they were doing the white women, you know, as a white person, it didn't offend me. But I mean, I'm assuming with this movie that's greenlit and coming out, they must have done, I would think, you know, do some focus groups and make sure that African American people are not going to be offended by this impression, because there's a way you can do it, and I don't think it would be offensive. But in these times, I think it's a little.
I just want. I hope we get to a
Tiptoey,
point.
but I think-
it is
I think-
tiptoey. I
what?
want to get to a point where we can just make fun of everybody. I just want to get to that point.
Well, I just remember
So-
like starting when I did impressions. I did this impression of this girl who was her name was Lemon. I mean, she had a different name, but she called herself Lemon, and she was at my SC communication class. And I thought it was so funny that she had switched from engineering to communications because it was clearly her second language, and she struggled with the language. I'm like, why is this person that was so smart that could have been an engineer in this communication class? And her
Yeah.
whole reasoning behind it was just really funny to me. And I literally like remembered the speech. So when I did it at the Groundlings, they were like, "Oh my God, it's so funny, Heather." But the director goes, "If anybody asks, we're gonna say you're like a eighth Korean, and this is an actual cousin of yours." Like we'd have a backstory
Yeah.
in case. And I'm like, "But I am impersonating a real person, and this really happened."
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything but put on a black wig. I didn't put makeup on. I didn't, I just did the voice and her cadence. And, but, I mean, so then I was like, so what can you do? And then I remember Lisa Kudrow said, I think you can do anybody that is doing better than you. But
Oh,
don't
that's
do anything
interesting.
that's lower. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, oh, like French people are funny? Like, I was just like, but if I want to do like some crazy character I saw in Jerry Springer, why can't I do that? Like, why can't I be this tough girl that, And I just think there's no rules to it. Like, that's why I kind of love that we're in this place where maybe Comedy Central will tell you that you can't do something. But if you want to do that on your Instagram or you want to do that on stage at the Tempe Improv this weekend, you can
Yeah.
do it. And if something like that's going to offend you, then don't go see live comedy, because if we're doing impressions and we're doing impressions of real people that speak to us, it's flattering to that person because I'm only doing someone that I'm like intrigued by.
Yeah.
And I just don't think there can be so many rules. Like,
Yeah. I kind of go by if it's funny and it doesn't really hurt someone, unless they're. I guess I don't mind hurting celebrities for some reason.
yeah,
I feel like you're doing pretty good.
yeah.
I can make fun of you.
Well, I also think you're in it, you're in the game. Like, you just got to accept it, And I think so when I do like a reality star that's only been a celebrity for 2 years, they're smart if they like it, because it's like you should be really flattered
Yeah.
that I even chose to do you.
You kind of have no choice but be cool with it.
Yeah, you
If
better be
people think it's
cool
funny,
with it. You
yeah.
better be cool with it, and you better just accept that it's like a flattering thing. And then, of course, big stars, too bad. You can't be.
I do impressions, and it's part of it. I get no one wants an impression done of them, really, because you're almost pulling back the curtain and showing their little trick.
Yes.
In a way, some of them are.
Or when someone's like, "Do me," I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
no, I'll never do someone in front of them."
Yeah.
I've lost friends over the years.
Cool.
Not good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple that we were friends with just all of a sudden didn't like us anymore, and I realized, oh, I think I did his wife at a party once.
Oh yeah. It's not a.
Oh,
It
well.
doesn't feel good when someone does an impression. It just doesn't feel good
Yeah.
because you go, "Oh, that's me." It's like hearing your voice on a machine. You go, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh."
Well,
Anyway, look, I've
Kyle,
gabbed way too much.
You are a delight. You know what? I'm happy to have you. You're funny. I had a fun afternoon.
Well, this was all a scam.
I wish you well.
You're never gonna have me back on, I guess.
No, I will. I'll have you back on. I'd love to have. I like to have comedians on like regularly. So if you'd like to come back on, you're welcome to. If you have some show that you want to like promote or something, and you want to like do some stuff, we can do it. I love doing improv with you. So yeah.
All right, great.
Everybody, thank you.
Bye.